Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, August 14th. Now on our show today, we have Ann Mundell-Noel with Amazing Hearing, and she's always got great information for us regarding our hearing. And then we have Tilly's Life Center with Christina Morrissey. And Tilly's Life Center is an organization right here in Orange County. They are expanding, and it's a great organization, and I wanted to tell you guys about it so you knew more and how you guys can help out or volunteer, however you want to participate. So we'll have those on our program today. Now let's take a look at our weather. It is looking very nice today and the rest of our weekend, and then we do have a slight cool down starting early next week. But today we are looking at 85-69, tomorrow very warm, 88-69, and then on Monday 86-69, sunny with potential of some clouds in the afternoon. And our California weather, if you are traveling here in our beautiful state, beaches are looking lovely, anywhere from 74 to 77, and the overnights are in the 60s. And in the mountain range, we have Mammoth 82-48, Big Bear 81-53, Tahoe 88-55, Palm Springs is at 110, and Las Vegas is 108. So very warm out there if you're heading in that direction. All right, our sunrise this morning was at 6:13, and our sunset will be at 7:38. And today is National Bowling Day. In 1841, Connecticut passed a law prohibiting 9-pin bowling alleys. So they circumvented the law and they added a 10th pin. Now, in 1956, the first sponsored National Bowling Day happened, and the event raised money for the American Red Cross through hundreds of bowling tournaments in 48 states. Now, since then, bowling activities on this day happen across the country. So go out there and get yourself a turkey. All right, when we come back, we will have Ann Mundell-Noel with Amazing Hearing, so stick around.
Been working with retirees since 1984. I specialize in protecting people's money, setting up a secure retirement income stream for them, and making sure their money is there when they need it. I started Sterling Financial Advisors under the premise that we not only needed quality service for clients out there in the financial industry, but ethical standards as well.
We don't have any monopoly on the investments we use. What we do have a monopoly on is the integrity and how we treat our clients.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Ann Mundell-Noel, who is here on behalf of Amazing Hearing. Well, Ann, thank you again for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing well, Lisa. Thank you again for having us.
You're welcome. Now, there's a lot of, I think, probably misinformation out there, and lots of people think they can just go buy whatever on their own sometimes without any advice or knowledge from somebody who knows. They're like, oh, I saw this ad. But there might be a lot of misinformation out there. What are some things that you would like to let people know about?
Well, first off, I guess recently President Biden made a statement saying, oh, the cost of hearing aids are too high. You can just go buy them over the counter.
Oh, boy.
And although over the counter hearing aids have become a little bit more aware people are a little bit more aware of them, they really have been in the industry for over 20 years. So it's nothing new, kind of like peeper glasses when you're first getting started with vision issues. You know, you can go and kind of get something to get by. But the bigger thing is that there's new players in the field.
Ah,
And so that's why I think a little people are a little bit more aware of some of the over the counter hearing aids, kind of like Bose, right? So Bose is saying, "Oh, we have this over the counter hearing aid." Well, if you look at it on the picture there, you can see that it's something that you wear around your neck as well as something in your ears. And you think, well, what in the heck with that? Well, they're having a hard time getting the sound quality along with the battery. So that battery is sitting along your neck.
right.
Other people will get the over-the-counter hearing aids, and they're bigger and they're bulkier. So it is kind of an intro thing, but it's nothing that's new. And we just want to be careful about how you think about hearing aids.
Yeah, and I would imagine that the statement was probably made primarily, obviously, for cost reasons. And some insurances don't participate in the cost of some of these fancier hearing aids that would be more desirable. So I think the advice may have just been, well, you know, wouldn't you be able just to go and buy them over the counter? However, as you have mentioned, just like anything else, you buy something over the counter without the availability of knowledge or guidance, who knows what you're getting?
Right. And the over-the-counter hearing aids are only for mild hearing losses, beginner hearing losses, people who think that they need just a little bit of a boost. But what happened is the next day, the attorney generals nationwide were like, time out. No,
Yeah.
you're not saying the right thing, because although the cost of hearing aids may appear to be high, it is a medical condition. It requires a professional, especially an audiologist with a master's or doctorate degree. You're going to get a different experience. It's just different. And so the attorney generals came out and said, warning, warning, Will Robinson, be careful, because if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. You're not getting even your money's worth with some of those products. So we just want people to be aware that fitting hearing aids is an art and a science. There's a lot of science behind it. That's why we have a master's degree or a doctorate degree in hearing sciences, understanding the physiology of the brain and the body and neuroplasticity. But it's also an art. It's the skill of understanding the hearing aid, listening to the patient, understanding their needs. Everybody's ears are shaped differently. So
Right.
it's trying to get that custom fit and feel where they are seamless. You should put a hearing aid on and not even feel like it's there.
Exactly. You know, what prompted President Biden to say that?
I have no clue. I think there's pressure in the healthcare industry in general about everything costing so much, but the bigger part is that hearing aids are not covered under Medicare. When Medicare came out, it was a major medical insurance. So it was for life and death things. And now Medicare has become everybody's everyday insurance when we retire. So what happens is eyes, ears, and teeth are not covered under Medicare because they are not major medical, not life and death. So what's happening is the supplemental insurances are starting to come in and give some coverage for eyes, ears, and teeth. And the problem is that people think that insurance is the same when they use their supplement, and it's not. They're getting a discount plan or a discount program towards some of these devices, but it's not true insurance. And so there's a lot of confusion out there.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate because, most of us would think that once you do have the availability to go to Medicare, that it'll pretty much take care of everything, but that is totally not the case. So when you do talk to people about Medicare, make sure that they certainly understand that, because which I'm sure you do anyway, but I do hear it a lot, especially when we come around to the open enrollment. They always talk about A plans, B plans, supplemental, and I can't even imagine when I get to that situation. It seems so confusing.
It is, and everybody's got a different plan, especially when it comes to the hearing aids. So people think, oh, I only have to pay $699 for a hearing aid and I'm going to get the top of the line. And you're
Mm,
not.
mm.
Um, a lot of those plans we choose not to participate in because the quality of the products that they recommend are
Ah,
not worth the cost of what the patient is paying. So, in the patient's best interest, what we do is we try to match or have a similar program without being a participant in that program, if that makes sense. So
yeah, it does. It
yeah, we
does.
encourage people that even if you go and check your insurance plan and amazing hearing is not part of it, don't use that as a barrier. Come in, talk to us, and we can tell you or advise you kind of the best way to go in each situation. If they actually have insurance with their hearing aids and their insurance company is paying a portion, then we're going to direct them and say, hey, this is the best way you should go. You should go back to this provider. But oftentimes that's not the case. They have
Mm,
just a discount plan and
mhm.
not true insurance coverage.
Is there any way for somebody to obviously come to you, ask you, okay, this is what my plan will cover. What do you recommend? And then you recommend something. Have you ever heard of anyone going back to their provider, even if it was Medicare, and say, look, this is not going to work for me, but this does? Do they ever get that covered?
So the short answer on that is we would recommend that they go back to their provider and try to get resolve with them.
Mm,
We definitely can do a lot of measuring and advising people. When I say measuring, we can actually measure the hearing aid performance while it's in your ears,
mm,
and we can give them a recommendation to go back and ask for certain adjustments or things to be done.
okay.
But the wonderful part about it is that there is always a 45-day trial that is state and federally mandated. So no matter what, if at the end of the 45 days, for whatever reason, you're not happy, you can return the hearing aid and
Ah,
then start somewhere else. So it
okay.
is to the consumer's advantage that they
Okay.
do have that window, and we recommend that you use it, right? You
Okay.
should love your hearing aids at the end of the trial.
Right, exactly. Now let's talk about somebody who, if they have Medicare, but they don't have the insurance, the supplemental insurance that may provide for hearing loss. What are some of the plans you guys might have, or is there something like I've heard of Care Credit? Is that anything that you participate with?
It is. So Care Credit is a medical credit card, and basically what you do is you can finance your hearing aids over 12 months with 0% interest. So
Oh,
it's as though you're breaking the payments up over 12 months, but you don't pay any interest on it. And we definitely work with patients on that. Our goal is not to sell hearing aids. Our goal is to change lives through hearing. So we have price points that are very low. We compete very easily with the big box stores, but we have a better quality product. And then we go to the high end. Again, we know that the brain is looking for the cleanest, clearest signal to process. So
mhm.
if I can give the brain that information, then it's up to the brain to do the processing and the work. But
Right.
what we want to do is match up lifestyle expectations with performance, right? So we
Mhm.
test cognitively to see how the brain is performing. We test to see how the brain can process in background noise. And based upon that information, we can make a good recommendation as to what level of hearing aid a patient should consider.
Right, right. Well, all great information. Thank you so much. It's always great to see you.
Thank you, Lisa. I just want to give a plug to say that we are still collecting plastic bottles and aluminum cans for recycling for water wells in Uganda. So if anybody has those, please feel free to drop them by the office.
All right. Thank you again.
Have a good day.
All right. You too. And if you want more information about what we've just discussed, you can go to amazinghearing.net. We'll be right back.
It's time to get into the moment. Widex Moment rechargeable hearing aids with artificial intelligence gives you the fastest processing available. Faster processing means sharper, clearer sound quality, especially in background noise. It's time to get into life and into the moment. Call Amazing Hearing, the office of audiologist Ann Mundell-Noel and Dr. Laura Hunt. Call us at 667-9818 to schedule your appointment.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Christina Morrissey, who is here on behalf of Tilley's Life Center. Well, Christina, thank you so much for joining me. How are you today?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're excited to learn more about Tilley's Life Center. And as I mentioned to you off camera, I've had a number of opportunities to talk with Tilley herself. And before we get into the Life Center, just give me a little quick background at why this came about.
So Tilley obviously was the co-founder of Tilley's Retailer, so a lot of people are probably familiar with that. And she did that for many years. They did a golf tournament to benefit several children's charities. And she just kind of saw a need for it. She's like, this is what we really need in the community. I'm not seeing a program that helps teens, like a preventative, proactive program that helps teens. And she knew she wanted to help. And so now it's really been her passion. So she's just put everything into this and starting in 2012, and we're taking off and seeing her vision through. So it's been really exciting.
Right. And over the years, we've had a number of interviews, as I mentioned. And so I can see the progress from year to year, how many sponsors you get, how many corporations get behind you, seeing all of the work that you are doing. So that is just awesome. So tell me, what is Tilley's Life Center and who does it help?
So we are a youth-focused 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we are aimed at empowering all teams with a positive mindset to effectively cope with crisis, face adversity, make tough decisions, and really our mission is to inspire today's youth to reach their full potential as productive, kind, happy, responsible individuals. And the way that we do this is that we have a curriculum-based program. We're mostly in high schools. We're also in some after-school programs, such as CHOC, juvenile detention centers. And we are expanding outside of Southern California, which is very exciting. Okay. And really, we have a curriculum that teaches experiential learning. So we do journal writing, meditation, open discussions, activities amongst the teens and their peers. And we promote self-discovery, relevant topics throughout each lesson. So each lesson will have a different topic of either communicating or being kind or forgiving, all these great tools that they need to be taught. And so it's a really safe, caring environment amongst their peers, and it encourages those discussions. It encourages positivity. We do a lot of self-affirmation, I am statements, and really to help encourage them to continue their education, build a career, pursue their goals, and so on. Yeah.
So what it sounds like you're saying is that obviously teens struggle at any time, whether it's at home or at school or even after school, whatever the case might be. I don't feel that, or maybe you guys don't feel that the education or even a high school, can really address some of these things. Is it lack of knowledge, lack of education? Is it lack of resources?
Yeah, it's probably all those things. I mean, we're not obviously meant to replace those important classes, English, math, all of that. So we usually fit into the bill schedule as an elective course, but we think we should be in all the classes. I mean, it's one of those things that, you and I as adults, everyone, we all have anxiety, and we have these, we all go through this. Mm-hmm. So imagine back to when you were a teen and you were going through it in high school, and just think of nowadays there's social media, there's all this mounting pressure, and there's all these new things that there just really isn't something out there for them to have,
Right.
And so most of the teens that we hear from, it's their favorite class. They look forward to it every week. It's kind of, all those other classes, of course, are important, but it's that extra release. It's that social emotional side and the bonding with the other kids and getting your emotions out. I mean, I think there's such a stigma around that, and it's so important to be able to do that. So, it's
Well, especially with the social media, like you mentioned. Now, you said that you're an elective class that can be taken in high school. Is that across Southern California?
So it's in select schools. So we need as much help as we can. Anybody out there who can connect us and make introductions to principals, districts, administrators. Okay. That's how we get in. So whatever high schools and programs we can get into, we're trying. And we've actually, one of the great things about the pandemic is it allowed us to kind of, like many people, look outside of what you're doing and see different ways to do things. And we started training educators across the country. So we've expanded to outside of California, to Georgia, to Washington, to Indiana, which is really exciting. And we have 57 trained outside of there. So we're hoping just to kind of keep that momentum going. And really, I mean, Tilly's goal is every teen should have this, right? So
it doesn't matter what their socioeconomic background is. It doesn't matter whatever, because you know what? Kids are kids. Teenagers are teenagers regardless. And, you and I both were teenagers at one point, and we know what it was like to be bullied. Even, all children are bullied at some point and made fun of or teased or whatever the case might be. But, oftentimes they don't have an outlet. So this is really awesome that you guys have an outlet for them.
Exactly.
In helping, obviously you've made the plea to our viewers that, hey, if they have any connections with high schools, which maybe we have some ex-teachers that maybe could be helpful, which is wonderful. But beyond that, you have a gala coming up to raise funds and awareness. And so tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're so excited about it. So it's our 7th annual I Am Giving Gala. And this year's theme is Come Fly With Us, which is very fitting. As I just mentioned, we're kind of expanding across the country. It's being held at Hangar 21 Executive in Fullerton, which is a private airport hangar. So we're kind of using that vibe of Mad Men, TWA, Pan Am from the 60s. And we're going to have a really fun, cocktail hour arrival out on the tarmac. Martinis, scotch, cigars, that kind of fun vibe. And then obviously a live auction and entertainment. We have an amazing band inside with a seated dinner. And we always try to just make it a party. We have the best donors and guests and supporters and volunteers. And it's really just about coming together and doing something good. And so we're really, really looking forward to it. It's on October 16th, like you mentioned. And you can go to our website, tillyslifecenter.org. Registration is open. Tickets are available. Aside from tickets, there are, sponsorships, underwriting, auction donations, monetary donations. A lot of times people might say, oh, I can't make it. How can I help? There's so many ways you can help an organization like ours. If you don't have the money, but you have the time, volunteerism is huge. We love our volunteers. We rely on them. I mean, it takes a village to do what we do and to put on an event, and we couldn't do it without them. So if people have time that they want to give, we're so grateful for that. Obviously monetary sponsorships, and that keeps us going, keeps our programs going. So, but yeah, and then we have 2 other events throughout the year as well. We do a golf tournament in the spring that Tilly's supports, and that's on April 25th next year. And then we're also one of the beneficiaries of, there's a big event called Stars and Stripes that takes place in Cabo that we just came back from in June. And we are one of 7 local Southern California children's charities that benefits from that. And it's like a cool vacation, fishing, golf, all of that. And so we're really grateful for those that, keep the kids learning, and it keeps us going. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really great organization, great event coming up. And thank you so much for sharing the information.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we'd love to see anybody out there. Come join us. Come fly with us.
I love it. You'll have to use that song.
Yes, we've thought of that.
Don't forget to get the rights.
Yeah, exactly. On the list.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you for having me.
All right, if you want more information about what we've just discussed, you can go to tillieslifecenter.org. We'll be right back.
During the pandemic, thousands turned to AgeWell for help. Since March of last year, AgeWell has provided Orange County seniors with more than 40,000 grab-and-go lunches, 500,000 home-delivered meals, as well as transportation and case management services. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Stay strong. Stay well. Age well. Learn more about our services or how to get involved today at myagewell.org.
Picking someone to clean your house is a big decision. After all, they'll be inside your house and touching virtually everything you own. Sadly, though, not all cleaning professionals are actually real pros. Like this person you found online who uses the same sponge in the kitchen they use in the bathroom. If you're looking for a local family-owned business with amazing customer service, contact MaidPro for a free estimate. MaidPro, when you're ready for a real pro.
Welcome back. Well, our movie for today is the original Alice in Wonderland. So I think you're going to enjoy that. Just kick back and relax and look at all the gorgeous colors and the fun characters. So a very fun reminder of our childhood. So you can catch that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without subtitles, and that is brought to you by Hogue. And just a couple of announcements for you. The Laguna Woods Christian Women's Connection is having a Hawaiian buffet luncheon. Sounds very fun. It'll be from 11:30 to 1:30 in Clubhouse 2, and that is going to be on Tuesday, August 17th. Now, they're going to have a special feature, which would be the golden voice of Mel Amonte, and then a guest speaker, Valerie Potter Garrett. And if you would like to participate, you need to get in touch with Chris Ramirez at 949-246-1053. And reservations are essential, and it's $17, and that'll get you all of that plus the luncheon. So check that out to see if you'd like to do that. Then on August 22nd, the Laguna Hills Chamber of Commerce and the Laguna Woods Car Club is having a classic car show. Looks like a whole lot of fun. Now, that will be August 22nd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it is free to attend. If you want more information about that, you can call 949-542-6016. And then on August 23rd, News of the World is going to be the free movie that will be shown at Clubhouse 5's main lounge. That'll be at 4 p.m. And Recreation would like you to please make reservations via ActiveNet. And seating is limited, so you're going to want to get in on that as soon as possible. You can bring your own snacks, as there will be no concessions to be able to get you food and drinks. Now, if you want more information about this, you can email recreation@vmsinc.org for more information. All right, let's take a look at our weather before we head out to enjoy the rest of our gorgeous weekend. Today, 85-69. Tomorrow, quite a bit hotter, 88-69. Monday, 86-69 with a chance of clouds towards the afternoon. And then if you're traveling in the state of California, here are your temperatures. The beaches are looking quite nice in the high 70s, lows overnight in the 60s, and then the mountain range, Tahoe 88, Big Bear 81, Mammoth 82. If you're heading to Palm Springs, of course, nice and toasty there, 110, and Las Vegas, 108. So very warm out there. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you again right here on Village Television on Monday at 9 a.m. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.